उत्थितं वां सिद्धो विपश्यति जत अधगम्यत स्वरूपम् दैवात् कौपैतमत दैववशात् अपेतं भाषजता परिकृतं मदिरामत् अन्धम् देहं च तं न चरं स्थितमुत्थितं वां सिद्ध विपश्यति जत अद्य गम्यत स्वरूपम् दैवातुपेतमत दैववशात् अपेतं भाषजता परिकृतं मदिरामत् अन्धम् देहं च तं न चरं स्थितम् उत्थितं वां सिद्धो विपश्यति जत अद्यगम्यत स्वरूपम् दैवातुपेतमत दैववशात् अपेतं भाषजता परिकृतं मदिरामत् अन्धम् Synonyms Deham, material body, cha and tam, that, no, not, charama, lust, sthitham, sitting, uttitam, rising, va, or, siddha, the realized soul, vipashyati, can conceive, jata, because, adhyagamat, he has achieved, sharupam, his real identity, Doibhat, according to destiny, Upetam arrived, although moreover, Doiva Bashat, according to destiny, Up, Apatam departed, Basha, clothing, Jatha, as Parikritam, put on, Modira, made on the one who is blinded by intoxication. Translation and purport written by Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Because he has achieved his real identity. The perfectly realized soul has no conception of how the material body is moving or acting. Just as an intoxicated person cannot understand whether or not he has clothing on his body. Purport. This stage of life is explained by Rupa Goswami in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. A person whose mind is completely devoted with the desire of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and who engages 100% in the service of the Lord forgets his material bodily demands. Om Ajnanantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namo Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutare Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Shapadantikam Bandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Pada Kamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupa Shakra Jatan Shahagana Raghunatanitam Tam Shadivam Shadvaitam Shavadatam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Shagana Lalita Sri Vishakanitamishcham He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dena Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Shute Devi Pranamami Hari Prem Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanang Pavanebho Vaishnavebho Namo Namo Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Dehon chatang nang charam stitam uttitam va siddhak vipashyati jata adagammata sharupam Dovyataka upetam atadaiva vashat apetam bhashajata parikritam adhiramatandam. So, uh, in this chapter, the Kapila's instructions on the execution of devotional service. So, in this chapter, it is described the meditation of the Ashtanga Yoga system. Uh, so, so Ashtanga Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga system.
Devotees can mute their lines. Yeah, go ahead, Datta.
Okay, Hare Krishna. The Ashtanga Yoga system in detail, by which the yogi attains liberation without effort. So, Kopila describes the yoga system, the object of which is to concentrate the mind. Actually, in previous text, we saw that Kopil Dev mentioned that mentioned that yogi should meditate first, start from the feet, lotus feet of Lord, then ankle, then the hips, then thighs, then navel, abdomen, so up to the face. That is the Ashtanga yogi. They used to do the meditation on that. Uh, in Bhakta also, in Bhagavatam also mentioned that in the Bhaktas, when they do the Smaranam, then they do first, they are focused on the lotus feet of Lord, just starting, that is. So similarly, in yogi should meditate within the core of his heart, because in the heart there is a Paramatma is recited in the heart. So they should start they are very concentrated on the meditation on the heart. So by this meditation, one gradually develops, that is the love. So without love, that is dry. Actually, so Ashtanga yogis in the primary stage, it was in the they are within the, actually within the heart. That is, they can see their ultimate goal in this, in their sadhana. That is the um, uh, Paramatma. That is, but for that sadhana plus love, then the yogi can see fully the Lord's up to lotus feet to feet face. So one gradually, when God yogi was gradually, when doing the practice, they're doing the meditation, and there is a development of love for Lord. Then the symptoms of there is an when love develops, then the Ostokalin lila, they can absorb. That means that is what is called the hair standing, tears coming, rolling. So that kind of advancement that is from their body, it will be developed. But detached mind becomes situated in its own glory, transcendental to the, then they can feel the happiness. That is, the happiness will be arises. Yogi realizes the truth of his relationship with the Lord, and discovered that pleasure. That is, that ananda will come. Because he achieved his real identity, he acts if totally unaware of his body like a drunken person. That is today's discussion point. So there are no material reaction when in that stage. That material reactions resulting from the activities that is in Krishna consciousness also the bhaktas. They also at that stage they do not have any um, feelings. In material feelings, they do not have any material feelings. So, Rupa Goswami Path in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu mentioned in that stage also. Uh, what he mentioned that Ihojasya Haridasya Karmana Manasa Gira Nikilasya Opi Avastashu Jivam Mukta Sauchate. The means that a person acting in Krishna consciousness with his body, mind, intelligence, and words is a liberated person even within the material world, although he may be engaged in many so-called material activities. So yogis abandoning the attachment and act with the body, mind, intelligence, and even with the senses only for the purpose of purification. So, only, so actually there are two lines. There is a yogi's line and a bhakta's line. So ultimately, the perfect yogis, when um, they have the with the devotional service, then it developed the love. Ultimate yogis they achieve the love. Then when the love developed, then they can purify themselves and detachment from the material world. That is, and they do not have any sense for in the material world. So, what is the ultimate stage of perfection? Actually, the ultimate stage of perfection is the self-realized soul. Are they are not identified to their body consciousness, whether he wears clothes or not clothes. They do not have any material senses. Always they remain with the Lord in a continuous service. That is the Paramahansa stage actually. That is here it was also mentioned that Deham Cho. Deham Choka Siddhu Vipassate Jato. So completely they are in a Siddha stage. So intoxicated person, they do not have sense. Is there any clothes in his body or not? They have a bodily, they do not. The intoxicated person, that is, they do not have the sense. Suppose the drunkard, they do not, if when they drink much more, then they lose their senses. They have the cloth in their body or not. They do not have the sense. So similarly, that when yogi or bhaktas in a very higher stage, eh, in the Siddha stage, then they do not have the any attachment with the um, with the material world. So that means the Jiva Mukta, that is he was in the Jiva Mukta stage, Jiva Mukta Shauchate. So a person whose mind is completely devoted with the desire of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and who engages 100% in the service of Lord, forget his material demand. that there will be, they do not have any material demand. So then he get the more pleasure, that this ananda vashat, the stage that he is always in a floating in the ananda, the pleasures. uh, because he has achieved his real identity. The perfectly realistic soul has no conceptions of how the material body is moving or acting. So that is actually a Samadhi stage. So that is the Yogaruda stage actually. What is the perfection of the stage of yoga or Yogaruda stage? So as Sannyasi, one example it was given in Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada written that a sannyasi is supposed to be free from reaction of his first activities, but a person who is in Krishna consciousness automatically attains this perfection without even accepting the so-called order of renunciation. This stage of mind is called the Yogaruda, or the perfectional stage of yoga, as confirmed in the third chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Jasyasto Atma Rotireva Shyat Atma Taptascha Manava Atmani Evacha Santushtas Tasya Karmayam Na Vidyate. So, uh, mm, one who is satisfied in himself has no fear of any kind of reaction from his activities. So such a Krishna conscious person is no longer interested in material activities, no longer takes pleasure in material arrangement like wine, women, and uh, similar in that is they do not have anything. So one example, that is again that stage again I am giving one example, that is we can consider Shukadev Goswami. Shukadev Goswami, he was uh, 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 he was he doesn't wear any clothes. So from his bath. So Shukadev Goswami one day he was passing on the with passing through the um, riverside, and at that time he was 16 years old boy, and very young boy, very attractive boy, uh, and very features, very nice features in of the body, and very peaceful he was passing through. So, and uh, when he was passing through the river, so there are some young girls, they are taking the bath uh, in the river. Of course, when they're taking the bath in the river, they are naked. So they saw that innocent, that is Shukadev Goswami, he was very innocent. Okay, he was walking, passing through that. They did not, at that time, they saw the Shukadev Goswami that they saw it. Shukadev Goswami, that he is an innocent person, he is passing through. After that, when Vyasdevka was passing through, uh, that the girls see, when see the Vyasdev, they immediately they covered the body. That is that. What does it mean? That means that their sense they just with their lodja, means the shame they put it on the body clothes. So the stage of Shukadev Goswami is the it is actually called Atmarati. That means again self-satisfied, doesn't care for anything of this world, and he is aloof from the world, he should not imitate Shukadev Goswami and become a naked. So that is one example. Um, and in Srimad Bhagavatam, and we can find out that is that Krishna Varnam Trisha Krishnam Shanga Pangastra Parshadam Jagoi Sankirtana Prayor Jajanti Shumedasha. So in Krishna consciousness, our main is again Jagoi Sankirtana Prayor. That means again in Krishna to develop again in our life, we must again have to the uh, mm, do the participate in a Sankirtan Jagga and do the Sankirtan and to became in a Atmaroti stage in Jogaroda stage. That is, and similarly another like great saint in our Bharat his name is Turinganath Swami. So Turinganath Swami in Prayag, he was doing the perseverance guy. So he was also doesn't wear any clothes, anything in his body. So he was so absorbed to serve his Lord Shiva. Actually, he is a Shiva Bhakta. So he doesn't care anything about this material wear the clothes also. So it is said that the execution of a devotional service is so perfect that one can perceive the results directly. This direct result is actually perceived, and we have practical experience that any person who is chanting the holy names of Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, in course of time feels some transcendental pleasure and very quickly becomes purified of all material contamination. This is the actually seen in Srila Prabhupada mentioned this in Bhagavad Gita 9.2. So in the purport he mentioned that. So one who is self-controlled and unattached and who disregards all material enjoyments can obtain by practice of renunciation the highest perfect stage of freedom from reaction. So the real renunciation means uh, one should not renunciation means one should always think himself part and parcel of Lord, and therefore think that he has no right to enjoy the results of his work. So such a mentality, one satisfied because he is actually acting for the supreme. He is not attached to any material. He becomes accustomed to not taking pleasure in anything beyond the transcendental happiness derived from the service of Lord. So, as Shanyashi is supposed to be free from reaction of his first activities, but a person who is in Krishna consciousness automatically attains the perfection without even accepting the so-called order of renunciation. This stage of mind is called the Yoga Roda or perfection and stage of yoga. So, as confirmed in um, that is in third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, that again jasto atmaroti vashat. One who is satisfied in himself has no fear of any kind of reaction from his activities. So, so that is the Yogaroda stage. So here deham chatam na charm charm So Dehashta na tang na charam stitam uttitam ba siddho vipassati jata udya gamata sharupam. That means ke here udya gamata ka sharupam. That ke um, um, udya gamat, he has achieved. He has achieved sharupam, his identity. That means who he is, that his identity when he will realize his self-realization. That means who he is a Shot Ananda. That when he is realized, then he doesn't have anything, any realize, any feelings for his material body. He is always in the service of Lord. Ah, that is in it was mentioned in our literature, that is Shayana Shapana Nidra Jagarana. He is always with the service with the Lord. Then he is getting the pleasure how to serve, how to nicely serve the to satisfy the Lord, how to this is I can do more. I can do in this way to serve the Lord. I can do the decorate the Lord in a different way, in that way, in that way. So that means that he is so absorbed in the service of Lord for satisfy the Lord. In then he will be in the topmost stage of the sadhana. So that is again then if topmost stage of the sadhana, then he has no sense that is clothing on his body. There he is what kind of cloth he wear. He doesn't have anything, any sense of that. So uh, that is now I concluded in here. That is that uh, the ultimate stage of the um, sadhana stage. So here this chapter is also that is the it was mentioned that uh, that is the population instructions on the execution of devotional service. This is the execution of the perfect execution of the devotional service, just to serve without any demand. Then when that Jogoroda stage, Atmarati stage, when we will achieve, that's successful of the life. No need to come back again. Now I am concluding in here. So Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Dr. Datul.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
I'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day ahead. And we like to offer our praise to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama.
Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare. Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Shingo,
Hare
Jai no Shingo, Jai Jai no
Hare
Shingo, Prabhadesh, Jaya Padma Mukha Padma Bringam. Ugravira
Ugravira
Malam, Antam Sarvatomukam, Nrishingam Bhishanam Badram Nitya Mityam Namiham.
Swami.
Nrishing Bhagwan ki Jai,
Ki
Prahlad
Jai,
Maharaj ki Jai.
Jai.
Let's offer our humble obeisances to all the Samal Vaishnavas, Vancha Kalpatarubhaya,
Vancha
Kripa
kalpatarubhasya
Sindhuvaya,
kripaya sindhubhavi.
Patitam
Patitanam
Patitanam
Pavanebhyo
pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
vaishnavebhyo.
Namaha Vaishnavinda ki Jai, Granth
Jai,
Bhagavatam ki Jai,
Jai,
Srila Prabhupada ki Jai,
Jai.
Govinda Hari Hari Hari
Hari
Hari.
Hari Hari Bo.
Thank
Thank
you.
you everybody.
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Bo.
Hare
Thank
Hare
Bo.
Krishna.
you. Hare Krishna.